25.79%. That is the smallest number in my catalog, and it is the one I put first, before the return, before the name of the pair, before anything else. Most sellers lead with their biggest figure. I lead with Cenith's worst one, because the worst one is the only number that tells you whether you could have stayed in the seat. Everything you are about to see is a backtest, 2021 to 2026, Monte Carlo method, and the full report is published. It is not a live account, and I am not going to let you forget that.
Now the part that costs me something. Cenith is a grid system, and grid trading has a terrible reputation. That reputation is deserved. Most grid robots die the same way. They enter on a fixed pip step, they add on every loss, and they have no condition that tells them to stop. It works beautifully in a range, and then a trend arrives that never runs out of breath, and the account cannot carry what it is holding. If you've been burned by a grid EA before, you were not unlucky. You met the design flaw. So the only question worth asking about mine is what it refuses to do.
Cenith waits. Its grid levels are spaced by ATR rather than a fixed pip count, because a fixed grid is too tight in a fast market and too wide in a quiet one. And before it commits, it wants the move to lose momentum first, an exhaustion filter. On GBPUSD's 5-minute chart, where impatience gets punished fastest, that restraint is the entire edge. This is the actual test. GBPUSD January 2021 to February 2026, every tick modeled. And this is the run. What you are watching is the equity curve building itself, dips and all. Those vertical drops are not rendering artifacts.
Here is the full report. Maximum drawdown, 25.79%. 5,857 trades, enough that the result means something rather than being a lucky streak. Profit factor, 1.63, which is not spectacular, it is durable. The return was around 900% over the 5 years, and I am saying it last on purpose because it is the number that survived the drawdown, not the other way around. And for scale, the index fund everyone calls safe fell 56.8% in 2008. That is real money in a real crash. Against a backtest, smaller does not mean safe. It means the worst week is one more people can actually sit through.
One piece of arithmetic before you decide anything. A 25% drawdown needs a 34% gain just to get back to even. Drawdowns are never symmetric, and that is the part nobody prints next to the pretty curve. So who is this wrong for? If you expected a straight line, if a red month would make you quit, if you have not opened the report yourself, Cenith is wrong for you. And I would rather say that now than take your money and lose you in month 3. Who might it fit? Someone who already knows what 25% feels like on a real balance, with $10,000 on a standard account, or $100 on a cent account to watch it work at 1/100th of the scale first.
Before you believe any of it, check me. The live record is on my FX book. It is a real account, not a demo, and the numbers on it are small because the account is young. I publish it anyway, because a seller who only shows you the backtest is showing you the easy half. Then run these 5 questions, on me and on everyone else in your feed. What is the maximum drawdown? Does it cover the same period as the return? Is this a backtest or a live account? Is there third-party verification? And what stops the system when it stops working? If a seller fails that list, walk away. That includes me.